did you once again get me? I fucking hate you.
Welcome to Show and Tell.
Wouldn't be surprised if nobody watches the show.
Why is that, Jeremiah?
Well, you know.
Pray tell.
Well, you know what?
Oh, it's not Show and Tell. Now it's hashtag Pray Tell.
You know what, Abraham?
Go on.
I'm getting sick and tired.
Excuse you.
I'm getting sick and tired of your gosh darn vocal cords.
Why don't you both shut the fuck up?
It's Ms. Lincoln.
We got way too much stuff to run through.
Yes, we do. Let's get right into it. So, just going to give you the rundown right now. I'm bringing movies. This guy's bringing game. And this guy's bringing TV shows.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna run through Insidious 3, Dope, Me and Earl the Dying Girl, Ted 2, and Inside Out, focusing on Inside Out. This guy, well, we're all gonna talk about it, but we're focusing on Arkham Knight, and we're gonna go a little bit into Silicon Valley and Game of Thrones, but primarily True Detective Season 2, Episode 1. True Detective, yeah, didn't
Let's
I say
do it?
All right, here we go. Insidious 3. Had a great time with it. Scariest ghoul, I think, yet. Very, very scary. I was fucking screaming my pants off. Had a great time. Lee Winnell did a great job with it. I was very happy with it. Yes, but you know I like those movies.
It's
more of the same shit. You probably wouldn't like it.
The director is good, and it holds
it's Lee Winnell. It's the same. It's the writer of the first two, so he's still there.
I heard that everything.
I quite liked it.
Everything with the girl was very irrelevant to the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first movie where it wasn't about adults.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know that the kid obviously was possessed, but the kid was possessed. It was the adults that were in the movie. With this one, it was like a younger girl. But I don't know. It was actually very heartfelt toward the end, which was surprising. Dope.
Yeah.
Not as good as I was hoping.
Really? Everyone is saying it's amazing.
I know.
Like
and you know what? I can see what they're talking about. I enjoyed parts of it, but it was so... Someone actually, after the fact, someone said it was almost like a Ferris Bueller's Day Out, and I was like, you know what? Kind of like it a little better looking at that, like just kind of crazy shenanigans, because Ferris Bueller's Day Out is just crazy shenanigans.
Yeah.
It's not like coherent necessarily or cohesive almost. No. And it kind of reminds me of that, but I think it's because they were like, I was focused on one plot and then it swapped and I didn't know what to expect, I guess.
Plot swapped?
It was weird. It was plot swapped. But the acting was great. The Tyga's in it for like 5 seconds. I don't know why his name's on the poster. But
I didn't even know.
The main guy, I don't remember his name. I apologize. But the main guy, very good. The girl, very good. And that's where the kid was. The lobby boy. Sorry, he was from Dope. The lobby boy from Wes Anderson's latest movie was the friend in Dope. Very good as well.
That movie takes place in the 90s, right?
No, that's the best part. They're obsessed with the 90s.
Oh.
Yep. Everyone else is like, why the fuck do you look like that? And he's like, I don't know. Oh, their band is fucking incredible, by the way. I need a actual album from that band. The band is incredible. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
You really love this.
Yes. Up until a movie I'm going to talk about shortly, it was easily my number one. Now I think something else beat it already. Beat it! Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, fantastic. It's a little bit sort of like, Wes Anderson Jr., how in the same way that Clue Jr. is like Clue.
Is it the same Dying Girl that is also in
Bates Motel? Yes, it is.
She just gets cast as Dying Girl.
I know, but she's so good. She plays it well.
She's good,
she's so good. The main actor who was in fucking Project X, I think it was, right? Something like that. Don't write him off because he was really good too. The friend, very, very good. Everybody was great. Really loved it, and it brought the feels for me for sure. And I will say one shot specifically. What?
It was about like cancer.
She has cancer, yeah. Okay. But one shot specifically, it's a shot where like the kid leaves his house, and then the camera just like tips over like it's an accident and rolls along. And then when he gets where he's going, it flips back to normal. It's almost like they accidentally tipped it over and it rolled, and then it was weird. It's cool, but it stuck out in my mind. Also love the fact that they made their little home movies and stuff like that, their own little films. It was cool. I liked it a lot. It was absolutely pandering to Sundance, but I still liked it a lot. Ted 2. This is my number one. I'm just kidding. Ted 2. Can't be my number one. It's number 2. More of the same. Maybe less poop jokes. Schmoes said I think they said they liked it better. There was some really funny shit. And also the story was way more interesting because Ted is trying to get his base, his it's like a civil rights thing. With Ted, where they're like, you are not a human, you are property. You can't get married, you can't get a job.
Bear.
Really interesting concept, which we talked about already.
Seth MacFarlane has very small, shots of really clever fucking jokes.
This has more of that than the last one, I think. You know what? The last one had a lot more poop humor than this one.
Yeah.
There's some cum humor, but there's less poop humor. And I don't know. It was I laughed. I mean, I can't be like, I'm Ted 2, I'm better than that. It was funny. I laughed a lot. It's exactly the same as the first one, though, in terms of the style for the most part. If you didn't like the first one, you won't like this one. If you like the first one, you'll like this one.
The bear's drinking beers.
Yeah. Their chemistry is great, though. Seth MacFarlane and Mark Wahlberg are great together. And Amanda Seyfried joins in right along. They should have cut out what's-his-face from the first one, who's back in it again. He's in like the credits and stuff like that of
Creepy
it.
guy?
Yeah, he's the same actor. It's the same. It's
The
like
guy who wanted to kidnap the
It's like
bear?
the same fucking. Yeah, it's stupid.
What?
I actually wish they didn't have that in the
Why
movie
the
at
fuck
all.
is Morgan
But
Freeman in it also?
he very small part.
Good.
Finally, but he. There's this one gag I will say where Mark Wahlberg keeps asking people, can I have some of that candy? And the people just keep going, that's not supposed to be out. And they put it away. Anyway, I thought that was brilliant. Inside Out.
Pixar.
This is easily my number one right now.
I can't believe I haven't seen this yet.
Me neither. What
Yeah,
the hell is
I
wrong with
fucked
you
up.
guys?
I fucked
So
up.
no spoilers, obviously. I wouldn't spoil it anyway. But this movie, I was crying from start to finish just because I know Pixar well enough to know that, like when the movie starts out, it's all just like this sort of like, oh, everybody's happy. And I'm just like, fuck you, Pixar. I fucking know what you're going to do.
Yeah, you could've
Not a
cut me
spoiler.
down.
That's not a spoiler. But
No.
it's just you know that they're not going to it's not going to be like the happiest movie all the way throughout. It is equally heartwarming and devastating, as Pixar does best,
Oh,
and they
wow.
do it best. And you've seen the commercials that say might be Pixar's best idea yet.
Really?
Probably.
Oh, boy.
And I mean, yeah, to a point, it does retread a couple of steps of like Finding Nemo in a way, because there's like a little like, oh,
Little
we got
adventure,
lost as a
yeah.
little adventure. It definitely retreads some steps that Pixar has done, but it's almost like picking and choosing the best things, putting into this movie, and it is just fucking so great. Beautiful visuals for the kids.
Yeah.
But my family, when we walked out, my sister disagreed with me, but my grandmother and my mother both said that they all liked it, but she disagreed with it in the sense that I said, kids are not even going to know what the fuck is going on. I don't want to tell you exactly what it's about, but kids are not going to know what's going on half the time. They're going to understand the concept of joy, of anger, of all the different emotions and stuff. And as we're walking out, the kids are all saying, like, I have to go to the bathroom, but the line is so long. Anger is working up right now. And like they were talking about it like that.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was like in my heaven there
That's
with all the
cool.
kids.
That's so cool.
Kids, I hear kids talking behind me like, what's going on? And the dad is like, so-and-so just did this. And they're just like, oh, okay. Amazing. But it's really more for adults, I think.
Really?
Yep, definitely. Storyline-wise, it's definitely for adults. So which Pixar hasn't done that in a bit, and now they're finally doing it again, which
I
is
can't
fucking
wait
awesome.
to see it. That's my plan this week.
So yes, I could talk probably more about it, but I want to get to you guys obviously. And I absolutely loved Inside Out. Real quick, just to go through Insidious 3, good, thumbs up, dope. You might like it, so don't go with me on it. I was underwhelmed. Me and Earl absolutely loved it. Ted too. If you like the first one, you'll like this one. It might be a little bit better, maybe. And then Inside Out, you have to. You got to see
Wow.
it. If you haven't seen it, you got to see
All
it.
right.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Jurassic World, Inside Out, 2 great weeks at the movies. Not that I
wow,
love Jurassic
yeah.
World as much, but 2 great weeks at the movies.
It's just
been
good-
a
good
wonderful
time to be alive.
It's a great time to be alive, yes.
Speaking of great times to be alive.
Oh, my God.
Arkham Knight is really, really great.
I hate that I have no
bit of,
console.
Some people were like worried for a second, but no, I will assure you, it's fucking excellent. It's really great.
Now there are
No
a lot of
spoilers.
people who watch
Yeah,
the
no
Pretty-
spoilers,
There
please.
are a lot of people who watch the Pretty Much It show that think I'm a
Pretty Much
I'm a
It show.
very cynical boy.
Yeah.
That I don't like anything.
Cinnamon Boy.
And it's true to a point, because I don't think there have been a lot of things in the world of entertainment.
It's just hard to impress.
to like.
Because the thing I look for entertainment is to sit down, absorb something, and for it to trigger emotions in my brain. Give me, do something so I'm not looking at blankness. And so it's been a long time since I could sit down and play a video
You
game.
sound like a regular Wilson
Yeah.
Fisk, by the way.
A lot of times I could play and yeah.
The painting. It reminds me of my childhood.
Get the fuck out.
But so Arkham Knight is
it's
doing this
It's been a
4-year-old.
long time, but there have been points where I'm playing this game and there's just like a grin on my face. I'm like, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, wait until he sees Inside Out.
Yeah.
The thing with this is, it's while it's an excellent game to play, these Batman games are great to play. They're awesome. What this game does with Batman, it tells its own Batman story. What it does with the mythology, what it does with the characters, is fucking unprecedented.
It's one of the
It's
best
incredible.
Batman stories ever.
Yeah, they
Like,
do. Some
It's an
really
original
great stuff.
story?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fucking
It's
awesome.
really
I think I
great.
knew that, but
Lots of great surprises, lots of fan service, but the fan service is completely classy. It's done in a way that respects all the characters. It knows, like, at almost to a point, it's just like, Batman, this fucking guy, that guy. Like,
Yeah.
let's do it.
There was when the trailers for this game were coming out, and I was thinking like, could there be too much shit in this game? Like, there's too much, like all the Robins, like all the blah 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 blah. Everybody's in this
All
game.
the
Yeah,
Robins.
it's very
Hashtag give me the Robin.
It's
And-
very
yeah,
good.
but it was like, there is one scene. It's so good. It was like it's
It's not
Batman.
a spoiler, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's when they say you're being the Batman in the game box. They're not
It's a
making
Batman
that shit up.
simulator.
No, what you said in your
Yeah,
in your little not your review your before you buy video, it's like a simulator.
yeah.
There is a level where you are with Robin and you open this door.
You're
and
with
there's-
him.
Yeah, you're with Robin
Okay.
and there's a bunch of goons. You open this door and there's a bunch of goons on the other side. And you immediately start fighting them, and it's just like Batman, Robin, fighting goons, like doof, doof, doof.
God damn
and
it.
then it's like you clear out all the goons. Robin's like, yeah, we did a pretty cool job. Batman's like, all right, I gotta go back to this mission. Take your grappling hook and just go, choof, and you fly out of the building,
ya.
and then you're in Gotham again.
Gotham
And
looks
Robin's just
amazing.
chilling.
Yeah, Robin chills. It's like, all right, see you later. Choof.
That's a
And-
question.
Yeah.
This is now we're in Gotham because it was Asylum,
Yep.
then Arkham City, which was a
Which is
hold
like
off
a blocked off
Yeah.
part
of just a
Gotham.
small part, which was still huge.
Yeah.
And now this is Gotham.
Yeah.
You're in Gotham.
Uh-huh.
Can you go to Arkham City, or is that not? Is it different?
there.
No,
It's-
yeah, it's not there.
Okay, okay.
It was
Arkham
like-
Asylum, or is that
No,
on a
no,
different
no, it's
island
like-
you can't get to? So
Yeah,
they're done
Gotham's
with that.
huge. Like you're
Yeah, yeah.
still
Right.
not even in all of Gotham.
Right. But so okay, so is it the biggest city yet though?
Absolutely.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's
Of
not-
the Batman games.
It's not
Sure,
huge.
sure. That's
it's
what I mean. Not like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's not Grand
It's
Theft
not
Auto,
as
but yeah.
huge and crazy as they made it sound. It's like good enough, so it's
It's
big,
enough, it's
big,
substantial.
it's massive, but like you can actually kind of remember locations and know your way around.
Oh, that's
a little
cool.
bit. Yeah.
That's actually good. I
yeah,
like
I
that.
love that.
Okay.
Especially.
I need a console. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Tearing ass in the Batmobile doesn't get old. It like you
Tearing the Batmobile.
calling
A little
it-
bit, yeah.
Calling it, hopping in, and like it
Wasn't
never
it supposed
gets
to be on
old.
rails? What happened?
It's not. That's just
was
what
it
people
supposed to?
thought.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not at
Fuck
all.
yeah.
You can drift around corners. You can do burnouts. You can do.
I
whatever
would,
you
yeah,
want.
I've been watching since I'm not gonna be able to play it. I've already spoiled it all for myself. No spoilers or anything, obviously, but I've been watching footage and I've been watching like just watching gameplay footage. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
It's
really.
I've been
good.
watching like cutscenes and stuff
Gotham
because
is
I just
dirty
I just
and
spoiled
detailed.
myself. But really cool. I'm even though I spoiled myself, it's all really cool and I'm really enjoying watching the different elements of the game. But
Without.
But I'm just saying, the
yeah.
stuff that I saw, I literally was. I won't tell you what the gameplay element was. Maybe it's a recurring thing. It's not a spoiler necessarily, but just in case, it's 5 o'clock. But I even turned to my buddy who was next to me, and I was just like, "What a fucking awesome gameplay idea!" Like it was just a cool.
Yeah.
I guess it was like a
Yeah,
boss
yeah.
battle sort of thing. I was like, "What a cool idea!"
There's
Now,
a lot of stuff. It's
like
great.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'll just say,
Yeah, be
about,
careful.
Like, it's like 25% into the game.
Yeah,
like
it's
into the story.
very.
So there is a story element that involves.
Yeah,
I'll just say the Scarecrow's fear gas.
Okay.
With Batman. That's
Yep,
all I'll
yep.
say.
Gotcha. Perfect.
The way that they
And-
use that.
It's one of the best
One of the
Batman
best
things ever.
one of the
Everybody's
best
happy
video
with this,
games.
yeah?
One
I
of the-
can't imagine people are upset
Oh
with
no,
this.
it's genius. One
And
of
the
the
best
best
part is too is that like you're like oh no, I want to figure out who Arkham Knight is, but I don't want it to be spoiled. There's this whole other thing you didn't even fucking expect.
Yeah.
Yep,
That
that's
it,
awesome.
It changes the entire game.
And it's
Right in the
and
beginning.
it's original. It's never happened to Batman before, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean,
like-
who knows? Maybe.
I mean,
somewhere,
I'd say
but,
I watched all the Batman cartoons
Sure.
and I
And
read
the
the comic
execution
books.
is perfect.
all
It's
the
a
voice
character
acting
study.
great as usual. I'm
everything's
guessing.
there.
Yeah.
Is this the best one yet so far?
I'd say
You're not
the-
done,
the,
but
the
I
one
would
thing
say they're
the one
all great.
distraction I don't
Yeah.
like is the tank warfare when the
You said that,
Batmobile
that's
can
right.
turn
It
into
is a
tank.
little-
There's a lot of puzzles. They focus a lot on puzzles with the Batmobile and driving through Riddler racetracks.
Oh yeah,
which feels
fuck the
stupid.
Riddler. Fuck all the Riddler
Everything
missions.
with the Riddler in this game.
Do you have to do them, or are they side
No,
missions?
no,
They're
you
side
can-
missions.
Perfect. They always are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's just so many
But they're like
memorable moments in this game, like popping up and fucking
Oh,
punching Penguin
yeah.
in the face and shoving his face in all his money, and like
Okay.
breaking people's wrists, just doing Batman things. It's
like
just
there is
so great.
did you do the missions where it's like you tap on the back of the van and the guy opens the door
Yeah,
and goes, "Oh,
and they're
Batman."
like, oh, Batman.
and then they take off and then
Yeah.
like boom, gotta follow the van. You're Batman. Choof, and
Yep,
you're
the
following
dialogue
the
is
van.
the dialogue is great.
Oh, I love the chatter with
Yeah.
the bad guy chatter
Yeah.
because they say it's like all meta humor.
Yeah.
It's like, what should we do if we see Batman? Oh, we'll all take turns and run at him screaming. That always works.
Yeah. Oh, I heard that. That was great.
Yeah.
Actually, you retweeted somebody that said that. That was great.
The combat is still really great. Now with
Oh.
the environment stuff, like you jump up, you cut down a light, and it falls down on someone. Like
Yeah,
that's
another,
really cool.
Oh, real quick, because it's similar to that. It's not a big thing. The fucking when the Batmobile, it's called the Batmobile in the
Yeah.
game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's awesome. Was it called the Batmobile like in
It's the
Dark
Batmobile.
Knight
no,
and shit?
it was the Tumbler.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
them. The Batmobile fucking tears through like medians and shit. I was
Yeah.
just like,
Oh, it
whoa!
crushes everything.
I
yeah.
had to go back and watch it. I was like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
Jesus!
Yeah,
But
if
now
you hit a
Batman walks
pillar
up to that, you can't. He hops over it, right?
Yeah.
God,
It's
that's
solid,
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
Like
It's
if
solid.
you can
I
crash
thought it was
through,
like a trick.
A pillar in a parking garage, like
Oh my
like,
god!
yeah.
And the whole thing comes crumbling.
It's so cool.
Maybe not, but fuck yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
From what I've seen, it looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. I don't care that I'm spoiling myself in the story because I know I won't play it for a while. But
Oh, yeah.
I need it. The gameplay
Even
seems
to
like
just,
it's
even
just.
to just float around, call the Batmobile, punch
Yep.
a few people, just experience
Yep.
it. It's worth
Great game.
experiencing.
Did you see our buddy Kane's video?
Yeah,
Where he
this-
drove
yeah.
the fucking
That was really
Batmobile
funny.
off into the drink.
There's a lot. Oh, also, Jonathan Banks does the voice of Commissioner Gordon this time
Yeah.
around. And
Really?
he
Yeah.
does
Okay.
great. He does
Yeah, I've
really
heard
great.
some of it. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that was him. I
Yeah,
gotta listen
overall,
again.
really great. Of course, as of the time of this video, the PC version has a lot of problems okay, whatever.
So fuck you.
That's awful. But as a judging the game on its merits as a video game, it's great.
It's great.
Hell yeah.
Highly
yeah.
recommend. Would you recommend?
Oh,
Of course
wow,
you
yeah, I would. Yeah.
Me too. For myself. Anybody want to loan me a system?
would. No.
All right. You can still rent them at Blockbuster though, right?
You,
So
have to, you have to
TV.
dig your way through the vines like machete.
It's fucking Will Smith.
Yeah.
No! No! What are you doing, Frank? What do we got in TV world? Let's build
Boy,
up.
oh boy,
Let's
okay,
build up.
hold
So
on.
let's start with.
What are we gonna start with?
Let's say we start with Silicon Valley. Yeah,
Silicon
real quick.
Valley. Okay, so
What's your deal? You didn't watch all of season 1?
I didn't watch all of season 1, not because I didn't like it. It was just like
And this is season 2, by the way, ended.
there was just other things going on that I just I didn't have time for Silicon Valley.
Life, man. Life happens.
Life happens.
Life finds a way.
Life.
yeah,
What is it? Some
Life-
plans are what happen when life gets. Life is what
whatever.
happen when
Life
shit
plans,
gets in the
fuck,
way.
whatever. So Mike Judge is great. He is
I agree.
yeah, he's
This
brilliant.
is him in
It's
top
like
form, I'd say.
Top.
It's
Season
like
2's better.
It's been a long time since we've had like a really fucking funny show on a cable network. I mean, on a network like
Anything-
HBO.
Yeah, sure.
It's like I wouldn't even really count Entourage. 'Cause I didn't like Entourage.
I mean, it's also different time. Different time.
yeah,
of-
so
Very different show too.
So then,
But
so I mean,
you
season
watched all
one-
of Silicon Valley 2, season 2.
yes,
Not all
That's
of
what
them.
we're talking about.
Right, season 2
And
just
now,
ended.
like with any,
Recently, 3
especially
weeks ago.
comedy shows, it's pretty hard to keep a momentum going with comedy shows because it's like you got an idea for like a
It's
a
all just
funny
goofs
show.
and stuff like
It's
that.
goofs,
Yeah,
so,
there's
like,
no
you run out
momentum.
of-
Like on The Office, there's no momentum
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah. But this was like I think it was better than what I saw in season 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I love season 1. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm underselling season 1. I love season 1, and I was like, of course,
Uh-huh.
game for season 2. Couldn't have prepared me.
I'm not done with season 2, but it seems like
Oh,
they
no, okay,
really-
no spoilers, by the
Yeah,
way.
I'm not done with season 2, but it does seem like they really kind of got comfortable with writing for all the characters. Like
That-
they really fucking roll
Yeah.
with it.
That, and they also decided, like, let's actually make this like a thrilling show.
Yeah,
It's fucking
yeah, it's
thrilling.
got heart.
Every
There's
episode,
things that happen.
I would lose. It happened every single. It's like 10 episodes. Every single episode, I would lose. It's only like a 30-minute show.
Yeah,
I would
it's
lose
short.
track of time because I was so into it.
Uh-huh.
I would lose
Yeah.
track of time, and then it would go created by Mike Judge, and,
And
I'd
you're
go,
like,
"Fuck,
oh, yeah.
God, what?
Yeah.
Jesus!" Like the cliffhangers
Yeah.
were insane.
Yeah.
But and also not only that, but you guys you both know because you've watched it enough at least. Every episode ends with the most incredible music cue.
Oh yeah.
The credits, like when it'll be like, so what do we do now? Boom, 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 to the
Yeah.
credits, and I'm just like, whoa, and like my blood rushes from my body and then rushes back in, and I'm
Out
like,
of your
whoa.
eyes. Yeah.
And it was like not only one of
Yeah.
the funniest shows I'm watching, but one of the most thrilling and engaging shows I'm watching.
Wow.
Yeah,
high
there was
praise.
some like it's
Easily.
like legitimately brilliant writing in some episodes.
Love it.
Like
Love it.
The comedy gags. Like it's not just goofy humor. It's
No, it's intelligent.
It's intelligent humor where it's like you have a real joke that has a setup and it's like and a payoff and it's like
Sometimes episodes before,
Yeah.
recurring, but definitely the no spoiler, but the whole idea of the climber, the guy that gets
the condor egg.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
what happens with the guy?
Yeah.
It's the funniest
It's
fucking thing.
amazing, yeah.
And that was over like 3 episodes. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. But another show ended the exact same night. So season 2 of Silicon Valley, if you're not watching this show, definitely watch it. But another show
Game of Thrones.
ended that night as well.
Germans?
That was some fucking night.
Wow,
Did you watch
yeah.
both shows in order? Like did you watch one of the
no,
other?
I didn't. No,
Because you were
yeah.
behind on Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah,
One
yeah,
episode.
so I had to catch up a little
Man,
bit.
if you had people, I
big
think
night,
I think
yeah.
Grace Randolph put it best. She said, maybe it was her. I might be wrong. She said something like, I hope it was her, otherwise I feel stupid. People watch Game of Thrones and then it ends and they're like, oh my God, that was intense. Let me watch Silicon Valley to sort of clear
Yeah.
my head, and it's just as intense.
And it's
just as
also
crazy.
great, yeah.
So what's up with Game of Thrones, man? Keep in
Game-
mind, I did watch the end because I
Yeah.
was like, why not?
Keep
So
in mind, I don't
the-
give a shit.
It
Yeah.
was
Are we
pretty,
spoiling or? is
No,
that-
no, let's not do
No,
spoilers.
yeah.
No spoilers.
No. So it was pretty weird to start the season because the first 4 episodes leaked online, and of course I watched all
Of course, because you don't want to get spoiled. I know you've read
yeah,
the books,
and I've read the books.
Right.
So the first 4 episodes were really like they were very slow, and I think they were even slower to me because
Wrong mindset.
Yeah,
way you're
wrong.
watching
I
it.
think it was slower to me because I already knew all of like the twists and
Sure.
turns that was going to happen. So like nothing was surprising to me. So a thing like an opinion I have that probably a lot of people don't agree with is that towards the middle and towards the end of the season, like we're now completely caught up with the book. Completely caught up,
Yeah.
and so there's been a lot of different things happening, and I fucking love it. I
That's
think
great.
Like, they've been doing. I think they've
You
been
like being kind of on edge.
It's like an Iron Man 3 situation.
yeah, I like kind of like Iron Man 3, but it's like also it's like they I mean, since it's a show, they have to speed some things up.
Sure.
People are like, "Oh no, why is this happening? This is supposed to happen later." I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
"No, it's a TV show.
You're better off
It's
not
got-
reading the books then.
It's
Yeah.
like a TV show has to
live
keep
your life.
keep a certain
Right.
yeah, it's got to keep a certain like momentum going, like we were talking about.
Right.
So there was a lot of changes from that to the books. There was like some things that like completely have not happened, like shocking things. Like wow, I had no idea that was going to happen. And it was
third to last and last, right?
Yeah, they're like towards the end. I think like there were some very big episodes.
Sure I know.
What happened
My
in
favorite
episode 8
thing
will shock you.
Yeah, it was that definitely didn't happen in the book. So I was like,
Is that a
yeah.
BuzzFeed article?
Yeah,
what the hell did you
BuzzFeed
just
article.
say?
And so yeah, it's for going into, because this was going to happen. We all knew this was going to happen. That Game of Thrones was going to catch up with the books, and they're going to have to go into unknown territory.
What
We're
a
all
weird,
kinda,
awesome thing.
Yeah, biting our nails over this.
That's so exciting.
It looks like they're doing pretty fucking good.
But
I have no fucking idea what they're going to do next season.
Let me just ask you a question. I saw, this is not a spoiler because it's all I saw afterward, was that people were tweeting things like, fuck Game of Thrones, I hate Game of Thrones, but they meant that in a way of,
Like, oh god.
fuck yeah. Okay, good. Like Ozymandias Breaking Bad, I was like, fuck this show, but it was the best episode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
There was,
okay. So
yeah,
no one's
yeah.
unhappy with like what happened.
Oh, I could guarantee you,
You
some
think?
people are.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Interesting.
But you know what?
I think people
This
deep
is-
down appreciate the fact that they were blindsided, though.
This is the first
Right?
time. This is the first time we don't know what's going to happen, though. Like when people,
good.
like I mean, I won't spoil it, but like
No, don't.
it's Game of Thrones, so
Don't.
death happens. A lot of death happens.
Yeah.
So
That guy got his head cut off.
Yeah,
right?
the guy, the head got
the
split
dad,
up into four
the
sections.
dad got
Yes.
his head cut off.
Fucking
Stark.
crazy. Yeah.
I stopped watching when they killed Sean Bean.
That's what I'm
I
just
should
said.
have seen it coming though, because
Seen
he
it.
always dies.
I should have seen it. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I
so
just
anytime
said.
anybody has died
Even
in the
in Silent
past,
Hill, yeah.
anybody like the Game of Thrones books, like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, I think, were all came out years ago. Started in the
This
90s.
guy George R. R. Martin's got to hurry the fuck up.
George
Yeah.
Railroad Martin.
Yeah. So now it's exciting.
So
We're
fuck
in
yeah.
uncharted territory.
Awesome.
Interesting.
Speaking of uncharted territory.
Ballers.
No. Oh,
I watched
oh
it-
yeah. I forgot about Ballers. I
Yeah.
didn't mention that. You
Yeah,
forgot to
just
tell me.
I didn't
one
watch
sentence.
this.
I
Was it any good?
I watched it. It's like
It's The Rock with
it's
Entourage.
It's a lighthearted sports entourage.
Exactly
But
how
with The
I
Rock.
got-
And I like it because The Rock
Yeah.
is in it, just being a great guy. He is. He's the only. He's the only one.
Compelling.
He's the only
yeah.
one trying to do right in the show, and I love.
All right,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
I like it. But the piece de resistance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The biggest, most recent
yeah.
thing that I would say that we have to talk about here. Maybe not the most recent. No, not Arkham Knight was. Season 2 premiere. It's only the premiere of True Detective. Did we all watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I think we're gonna.
I didn't watch it at first. Did you guys watch it immediately? By the way.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, I took a couple days
On
because
it.
I was like, we'll
Really?
see. Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you loved True Detective.
You know what? I loved it while it was on, and when it ended, I was like,
Really?
wasn't
Oh,
as
I
good
still
of an
really
ending
like
as I was hoping for.
I
But
still really like. it.
yeah, that's me too. I really like it. I
Fuck
love
you.
it. So,
Well-
True Detective season 2, you guys watched it immediately. I watched it
Yeah.
a couple days later. You know why? Because
So-
Paul told me that he loved it, and my other friend who I started watching it with said he loved it.
So I was gonna say I think it's gonna be weird to talk about because it
It's
feels
only
like
the first episode too.
it's only the first episode, and it feels like this is going to be something that needs to be viewed as a whole.
Yeah.
Not connected to the first as well. The
Yeah,
first
not-
season.
Of course.
Yeah. It feels like this because at the end of this, I mean, you know what? Let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
Can we avoid spoilers though, or no?
Yeah.
Okay,
there's
so let's
not-
avoid
there's no
spoilers. Go ahead.
spoilers.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
went
right,
into
so-
it.
No spoilers.
Oh no, go ahead.
All right. So last season we focused on 2 detectives. Now we're focused on
True.
yeah,
True.
2 true detectives. Now we got 4. We got 4 main characters.
4 True Detectives.
We got.
Actually, no. There's 3 True Detectives
one's not a detective.
and Vince Vaughn
Yeah,
and
one-
Wilson Fisk.
True
Yeah, I was
Vince.
gonna say there's one scene where who's the other guy? Who's
Colin
the other?
Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Taylor
Kidd.
Kidd.
There's
Oh,
one
Taylor
side. There's one scene where Colin Farrell walks up to Vince Vaughn. I was thinking like,
Yep, it was a
like-
flashback scene.
yeah, he was like, "Are you Vince Vaughn?"
Are you?
Like,
Nah.
nah, the guy
Um,
from the movie.
But
You gotta.
So-
I had to go into this like looking at. Okay, I'm like, all right, it's not gonna be as good. No, it's not. It's gonna be
gonna be
completely different.
yeah, completely.
Don't
different.
expect
Yeah.
the same thing at all.
But at the same time, I was sold in the last act of the episode. The
Yes,
first 2 acts,
yeah.
I literally was sitting there almost laughing a little bit because
Really? Yeah,
Colin
yeah.
Colin Farrell takes a swig of his. This is not a spoiler, but Colin Farrell takes a swig of his.
Yeah.
He's on the job and he takes a swig, and I just go,
Okay.
"This is absolutely playing like someone's True Detective parody."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, the cop who's drinking on the job."
Yeah.
Boo.
Definitely.
Rachel McAdams, sis, dad, like,
That-
are you kidding me?
That was the worst. I would say that was.
I was like, it was like so over dramatic. That's not a
Yeah.
spoiler either.
No, I
so
was just
over
gonna say
dramatic.
that-
Actually, there
that-
are no spoilers. What am I saying?
that pointed
Her
out to me the
relatives
most.
are showing
It was
up
like
everywhere.
they completely skipped
Twice!
over. They skipped over any kind of exposition. They were
but
just
it
like,
also happened twice
Yeah.
in one episode. She's like,
Like- sister? Like, you're my sister. Okay, everybody?
And
she's
wait a
my
minute.
sister.
And wait a minute.
That's my dad.
That place where my dad is. Also, I agree with everything the dad said to her.
Yeah, the dad. Yeah.
He was like, she can make her own choices, and she was like, why don't you be a traditional, boring dad?
Yeah.
And tell her what to do, even though she's an adult. But anyway,
I
so
like
that was the first 2 acts I thought were very much
what
like
I did
that.
like is at first I was like, all right, Colin Farrell doing right by his kid that might not even be his real kid. Doing right.
It's
isn't.
so obvious it's not. Did they?
Yeah,
They made
yeah,
that obvious, right?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally in the first 2 minutes of the
right,
episode.
but that's
Yeah,
great.
maybe more.
Like I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's like a thing. I can feel for that.
And it's an interesting story.
And
it
then,
is,
yeah.
but it's like I really hope they don't try to play that
then-
as like we're stupid and
But
didn't
then
come
Colin
across
Farrell
that.
immediately like
Oh,
in
no,
one
no.
episode goes from one
One
extreme
character to another. Oh my god, yeah.
And I like that. I was like, oh, all right.
That was like a season arc in one episode.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And can we talk about like it's still a very good-looking show? Can we talk about Vince Vaughn sitting across from
Beautiful.
and there's
excellent
those fucking
show.
portraits and both of them
Beautiful.
just like
Yeah.
Gorgeous,
Oh,
also
yeah.
gorgeous. We saw it in the trailer, but when I didn't know it was Colin Farrell. That whole thing,
Yeah.
awesome. And then when he goes up in the house
That was
and
great
the
too,
blinds
yeah.
are all fucked up, and I was thinking to myself, that's probably not them, right? That's probably not Colin Farrell. He probably walked up into the house
Oh, yeah.
and then two stagehands.
all right, punch the window.
Punch the window. Yeah, which I think is cool as fuck, though. I would love to be in that room and see that shit.
Yeah.
I like
And
very much so
beautiful
that
stuff.
It's got it's doing the same thing though in
The
terms
shots
of
of the streets
location.
too. Sorry, the shots of the streets. Every shot of the
oh.
streets looks incredible.
In terms of location, like how it's like a familiar place. Like the first one was like, oh, the South, right? But it's not the South that you expect at all.
Right, this
is.
is-
It's like right outside Los Angeles. It's like this is not
But
Los Angeles.
it's a little
at all.
further outside Los Angeles
Yeah.
than you've been.
It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
wow.
Yeah.
Now,
And by the way, I meant like the freeways and stuff. Sorry,
yeah.
when I said the streets and like the shots from above, beautiful stuff.
Now I also kind of get like this like the feeling of like Lost.
You got lost.
Yeah, I got lost. When I was reviewing this.
In-
It's like it's like really focusing on the characters.
Oh, I see,
Like,
okay.
Like when Lost first started, pitching that show must have been a nightmare because it's like there's like 20 main characters. So it's
Pass.
Yeah.
I do understand.
Sony was like, I'm listening.
One thing.
But it's like, but they figured out how to make like you care about every main character.
Sure.
Like you get this huge emotional connection to like everyone.
Sure.
with the,
And looks
I have
like
a
that's what
question
they're
that
trying to
reminds me
do.
of that. But go ahead, Jake.
with the with the characters, and how they kind of like with Rachel McAdams and her family, and
Rachel
with
McAdams, so
how all the
beautiful.
characters at the end of the episode kind of end up coming together. in
Thank
the story.
God Vince Vaughn wasn't there. I would have been so pissed. I
It's
would have been
ve-
like, this is so lame.
Yeah, I was very like, okay, like I understand like things need to happen in a story, but it did
It's
seem
not
like
spoilers.
it leaned a lot on conveniences.
Sure. Okay.
Like with how Taylor Kitsch just stumbled upon the person that everybody was looking for.
I guess, but that leads into my question now. Who's your favorite so far?
I really
Mine,
like,
easy peasy mine.
I really like Vince Vaughn.
I like Vince Vaughn because I don't really know what his deal is at all yet. I'm like,
Sure,
okay,
sure.
like,
Yeah.
he seems like
Oh, especially that flashback makes it really
he
confusing.
seems like
Well, it's
'cause
like-
he
that's
seems
what I
like
love
Kingpin.
about him.
He
By
seems
the way,
like
real quick,
Kingpin.
I thought he was at first. I thought he was only going to exist in flashbacks
Yeah, imagine that.
Oh yeah.
because that was the first thing we saw him in. That was interesting.
He
But
seems
anyway,
like Kingpin though. He's doing
Oh,
right, but he's got bad ways of doing
well,
it.
also he's kind of playing it like Wilson Fisk a little bit,
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio. He's kind of like the reserved, like crazy guy a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I like the way it's kind of like you have to put it together in your own head a little bit. It's like
Mm-hmm.
they give you this little tidbit of information. Okay, Vince Vaughn was a bad guy 10 years ago, and in present
Kinda,
day,
yeah.
And they showed him at a bar, and he's got a couple of goons.
Yeah.
So he wasn't. He probably was
Right.
not
A bit of a
not-
crime guy,
Yeah, a little
yeah.
bit of a crime
crime
guy.
guy.
And in the present, he's like a billionaire.
Right.
So it's like, what the fuck happened in between?
So
past
yours
and
is Vince
present?
Vaughn.
Yours is Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yours is
Never thought I would say it's maybe Taylor Kitsch.
mine's Taylor Kitsch. No, don't-
Yeah.
It's all right. No question.
Oh,
the
yeah, he
part
was
with
good.
the part.
You
Again,
think
it's not a
the-
spoiler, but the part toward the part with the motorcycle.
That was a
That
great
was
scene.
I so
Yeah.
felt it. That's the last
When he
act.
turned the light off, you're like, oh.
Well, I'm trying to keep it to
Yeah.
vague,
We're
but
already-
all
we're already
right.
past
It's really no spoilers here, but like when I say there's no spoilers, everything we're saying is not a spoiler. Is what I mean by
Uh-huh.
that. But it doesn't matter. But that was amazing. I thought that was
He
incredible.
nails-
Also,
yeah.
his whole thing, what he had to do in the bathroom.
Yeah, with the-
I was
yeah.
like, what an interesting
He
concept.
nails the. I mean, it's not. It's also not a spoiler.
I want to
Yeah.
know everything about his
Yeah.
character.
Exactly. You want to
Right from
you
the
want to be
beginning-
the true detective.
Right from the beginning, I liked when they took
Which
him
one of them is?
when they took
The
him off the
true
highway.
detective.
When they took him off the highway,
And he was
he's
like,
I
I want
need
the highway.
to be there.
Yeah.
I
Like,
need the
that's my
bike.
job.
The highway is what I
That's
do.
my-
Yeah.
I was
Love
like,
that scene
yeah,
too.
alright.
Oh, I'm so happy for him, and I know Lauren
I
is as
forgot
well.
he was good. I forgot
He's
he
not
was good.
bad in
Yeah,
any of the
I
movies he's
know.
in. It's
Yeah.
just bad movies.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad in Wolverine Origins. The movie was bad, but well, he was not so great either, I guess. But that wasn't his fault. I will keep watching. Oh,
yeah,
and
I
Rachel
will too.
we have to say, of course, we literally picked everybody with like Rachel McAdams. A little underdeveloped and a little goofy, unfortunately. I think that her character was the goofy one.
Yeah.
And
She's the chip on the shoulder.
first time we see her nice butt. So it's like, okay, are we going this route? When I see
Yeah.
Taylor Kitsch's butt. I think we did. We did see Taylor
Yeah,
Kitsch's
you
butt.
see-
Thank
you
God
see
for
the
that.
butt.
Thank God
Yeah.
for that. But I think I saw somebody's dick at one point,
Will
too.
we see D?
Anyway.
Yeah, that's the real
I think we
question.
did. Will we see D? That's that classic thing. But True Detective, Season 1, I went in a little hesitant just because I was like, I don't know. But definitely, you know what?
Gonna keep
Again,
watching.
the first 2 acts, I wasn't as into it. Last act sold it enough for me to certainly keep watching.
Well, you remember towards the end of True Detective Season 1, it was like those
Just getting
last
insane.
like 3 episodes were like, oh god.
Descent
Like,
into
But see,
fucking
that's the thing,
awesomeness.
and I thought it was gonna have this big thing, and you know, I give it kudos for not going the usual route of like, whoa, big
yeah,
crazy
it
thing.
was a big
It ended up being a little bit more of subdued,
reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is fine. I appreciate that after the fact. It's like a Family Guy gag when the Family Guy gag lasts for 30 seconds of just like sitting in silence or like chasing
Those
the
are the
chicken.
worst, yeah.
While I'm watching it, I'm like, all right, fucking end. But after the fact, I'm like, it's funny that it went on so long. So same type of thing. I appreciate that it was subdued, but while I was watching, I was like, we'll see what happens.
I do hope there is
still liked
a tiny connection.
Tiny Tim?
Season,
Oh.
season 1.
I'm wondering
little
about that
bit.
too. We'll
A little
see.
bit.
I feel like
Russ
they
Cole
wouldn't
walks
though.
by in the airport or something. Like,
I don't know. But yeah, so all of this stuff, boys, we made it through this show and
Yeah.
tell.
mammoth episode.
We
of
did
Show
it.
and Tell.
Thank you so much for watching. Let us know about all these things in the comments. Let us know what you thought of all these things.
Yeah, definitely. We want to hear what you guys think. Feel free to comment, tweet us, Facebook us.
Beat us.
And that's pretty much it.